At times, she can be an Energizer bunny.
You can put it right. You can shoot him in his head. It's got enough to blow him to keep it going. Nice.
I try to get her to gear down a little bit.
He's dead. Good girl. Good girl.
When Suzie Brewster walks into the room, her energetic attitude and vivacious spirit are immediately evident.
Oh my gosh, look at his beard.
The huntress, shooter, teacher, mother, and wife can be difficult to keep up with. Born and raised in small-town Oklahoma, you might be surprised to learn this Diana Award-winning huntress and firearm instructor didn't pick up a gun until much later in life.
I have an older sister, Ellen, who's 3 years older than me, and a younger brother, Bud. My brother had a BB gun. I had shot it a couple of times. I just didn't know anything about it. But I'd never shot a shotgun. Just never, I wasn't against it. I just didn't know that people had guns. And then I met Bill Brewster. It changed my life.
Suzie went to college at Southwestern Oklahoma State University to earn a degree in education, but she had no idea she would walk away with much more than that.
I was looking for a day for homecoming and ran across Suzie, and we talked a little bit. I asked her if she'd like to go get a coat. So she said yeah, and asked her if she wanted to go to homecoming, and she said yeah. So we kind of been together ever since.
He was different. He was just such an incredible guy. That smile, those captivating eyes. You will hear it when the bells ring, and when even the mere mention of his name just brings a glow to your heart. And it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop because you've been married 50 years. It's there every day.
I think your wife should be your best friend, one that you can talk with about anything, whether it's highs or lows or whatever. And I think that's part of life. That's the way it should be.
I met Bill Brewster, and he asked me to go on a dove hunt with him. So, poor as I was as a college employee, I bought a really cute green and blue outfit because I was going out with Bill Brewster and go bird hunting with him, and I thought the birds would think I looked good, I guess. But I only really found out that what he planned for me to do was sit in a ditch and bring back the dead birds after he killed them. He was really a cute guy. I probably wouldn't have been able to last through that one. But anyway, I retrieved and did a good job. And then I thought, well, you know, maybe I'll learn to shoot. And I learned that there was a right way to hold a shotgun and that I could do it and I could kill birds and be successful. And we would go deer hunting. And between Christmas and New Year's was kind of our family time. And even when the children were little, we didn't take them till they were about 3. But even the youngest would sit on my lap and was so mesmerized by the animals. Gosh, it's just so much fun being together and being out there. You know, Carol's an excellent shot. The first 2 deer she saw, Bill told her to shoot them. He taught her how to hold her rifle, put that up, 2 dead deer. It's that family time.
She was 11 years old.
It's getting together and doing. And it's just important to me.
Suzie enjoyed spending the quality family time together that hunting provided. But it wasn't until tragedy struck that she developed a deep passion for hunting and the shooting sports. In 1990, Bill decided to run for Congress. The family flew across the state of Oklahoma in 3 separate planes, making the announcement. But things went awry when one of the planes carrying 16-year-old daughter Keisha and 13-year-old son Kent went missing.
The phone rang at 3 in the morning, and her words were, "Vicki, my children are missing." And it still gives me cold chills. It was just one of those things you'll never forget.
So he and I walked back into the airport. It was just crowded with people just everywhere. And I looked over at the public relations office, the highway patrol, and a tear rolled off his cheek. And so then I saw Bill, you know, and I grabbed him, and, you know, I said, the plane's been found. And so I was like, I mean, I don't remember really a lot that happened at that point. There was just a lot of, I don't know, I suppose I just lost it. I have no clue. I wasn't there. I can't tell you. I mean, I was there, but I wasn't cognizant of what was really taking place.
She's the strongest person I've ever known. She's blessed so many lives, and I think it is because she's been through so much. So I know I've seen others who their marriage didn't make it after a tragedy like that, but Bill and Suzie have such a deep love for each other, and they've been through some horrible, horrible things, but God has also really blessed them.
And how these people that don't have a partner to cling to, like Bill, if you don't have someone to share with and understands and cling to, I don't know what you do. I don't know how you handle it.
Through it all, Suzie and Bill never left each other's side. Showing the true definition of resiliency, they decided together to proceed with the campaign.
The campaign was our salvation. They stood beside us that morning and believed in us enough that he could be the congressman. So it was just a driven thing then.
Having a wife that can get out and campaign and work hard in an election, that influences a lot of voters. She was immensely helpful in my campaign.
At much delight to the Brewster boosters, Bill won that campaign. He enjoyed a successful career in politics, serving in both the Oklahoma legislature and U.S. Congress. In true Suzie fashion, the only thing to do after accomplishing one goal was to set a new one.
Hunting is Bill's passion. He's loved it. He loved it. The relationship he had with his dad, the relationship he had with his son in hunting. And so I made up my mind when we went to D.C. that I was going to become a really good hunter. I was going to get involved in the shotgun sports. I was going to do things because he needed a new hunting buddy. He needed a partner. And there wasn't going to be anybody else take my place. And if that was his hobby and his passion, it was going to be Suzie Brewster's hobby and passion. She
wants to prove that she can do pretty much anything I can do. And Suzie has a world of confidence in her ability.
In 1993, on our 30th wedding anniversary, Bill said, let's do something totally off the wall, totally different. So we booked a trip to Africa.
And the excitement of going to different places, seeing the different people, each one's an adventure, and that was our passion.
I want to be competitive. I want to be the best I can be. And when I'm not, I'm disappointed in myself. And I've just sort of been one who's been kind of likes the battle of a challenge, I guess.
Load up, load up, load up.
And I think that's just my spirit, my can-do spirit.
So we were hunting somewhere in Africa, and she said, you know, I've got quite a number of species that I really think I would like to try to win the Diana Award. And boy, she worked it hard. She made some very difficult hunts. I guess there's been a time or two I was surprised by just how difficult something would be that she did. But overall, I know her capabilities. I know that she's gonna be tough. I know that she's gonna make a good shot when there is a shot.
She loves it. It's what she wanted. She set a goal and she did it.
What started out as Bill's passion quickly became Suzie's own passion as well. However, Suzie was surprised to learn that many of her Washington, D.C. friends didn't share that same excitement that she did when she hit the bullseye.
And after we got to Washington, D.C., we saw what a lack there was of women being involved in the shooting sports. People who don't know vote no, and that's what happens. You'll see it happen in Congress. If they don't know about it, they'll just say, well, I'm not going to be for that, I'll be against that. That's when we started in 1994, we started a Washington Women's Shooting Club to get women involved.
I think over a period, maybe the last 20 years, they've taken at least 800 or 900 beginning women shooters out to ranges and taught them to shoot.
My mom's very take charge.
Are you a life member of NRA? Well, why not?
And if you mention you might want to do something, chances are within 30 minutes you're probably going to be doing it. That you're going to go have a gun, you're going to learn to shoot.
I mean, if you want to go out and learn to hunt and shoot for your very first time, you need Suzie Brewster as your teacher. So she showed me what I needed to do, the correct ways of holding the gun and where I needed to position it. And she wants to make hunting fun for women and to get more and more involved.
This is my first African animal, and this was so exciting. Thank you, Suzie, for inviting me here.
She makes you feel good about it and just is very encouraging in what she does. And I think that's, part of that goes back to her being a good teacher. Because I had her as a middle school teacher, and she was just amazing.
She didn't just teach her class. She was teaching life things. She made the children want to be the best they could be, and the kids loved it and never could get enough of Mrs. Brewster.
She just has, some people just have that confidence and she definitely does. And she's a born teacher, and it's in every phase of her life.
Along with co-chair Susan LaPierre, Suzie Brewster founded the NRA Women's Leadership Forum 7 years ago. The forum's largest annual event, the Women's Leadership Forum Luncheon and Auction, has grown enormously since its inception. This year, more than 500 women attended the event.
As co-chairman of Susan LaPierre, she's on the stage quite a bit at different women's events and has a lot of stage presence, and she does a really good job. And there's more and more interest every year among the women of the organization. I've always said women control the world.
A woman with a gun has more fun. You just do. It's just the camaraderie you build and the enthusiasm for one another. If you get a woman, you get her circle of friends, you get her family. You really, really do. And I think that's great that women are just that geared toward that way of sharing with their friends and bringing them on board. It is just amazing.
The fastest sales right now of self-protection are to women.
And if the only reason you took concealed carry was to take possession of a gun in defense of yourself or your family, wouldn't it be much better to know what to do if you were faced with a firearm that you could defend? So I believe that the sole purpose of the NRA is protection of the Second Amendment. You've just got to believe in that. If you believe in our Constitution and believe in America. And we just have a lot of personal responsibilities. And that Second Amendment is very important to me, the right to be able to defend ourselves and to have firearms. And I want Braxton to have that opportunity. I'm happy to be a Brewster because I can hunt and fish and I get to shoot. And that's what I want for my grandchild. That's what I want for my surrogate children here. I want them to have the kind of life that they deserve.
Everywhere Suzie goes, she makes a difference. From the classroom, to the campaign trail, to the jungle in Africa, she impacts lives everywhere she goes.
I think we all refer to her as Mom Suzie. It's nice to have somebody that you know is from home and there to kind of, take care and watch over you.
Susie's my second mom. She's everybody's mom. If you're ever sick and she knows it, she's gonna bring you food over and take care of you, just like your own mom would do.
She's a great Mimi.
Braxton's had a really good Christmas. He got his first rifle, got his lifetime membership to the NRA.
She's very loyal, she's very determined, she's very giving.
I cannot change the world, but because of me, someone's world's different, even if just for a day. So I think that's pretty special.